Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Anguilla. Nice to see some American Eagle jets on the tarmac today. They are flying to Anguilla nowadays on a daily basis, as a matter of fact. But that's not what we're doing today. It's not what we're here for. Fuel is on. Mixture is rich. Is that working properly? Yes, it is. Carb heat is cold. Excuse me. Throttle open a 1/4 inch. Master and battery switches on. Rotating beacon on. This is completely the wrong way to do all this. But yes, levy. Starter engage. Engine turns over. Let's bring the throttle back to 1200 RPM to warm up. Alright, oil pressure and oil temperature both good. So what are we doing here today, do you suppose? We are, let's turn the nav and strobe lights on, let's turn the landing light on, or excuse me, the taxi light on. I'm too lazy to look up the QNH, but if we set the elevation to field elevation, we should be good. Let's engage the brakes. Release the parking brake. Make a radio call here. Anguilla traffic. Cessna 4753 X-ray is taxiing to runway 11 via taxiway Bravo, Anguilla. And yes, I have the wrong end number on my airplane because I was flying my Cherokee before. And what do you do when you get the airplane moving? You test the brakes, because if the brakes aren't working, you want to know. So I'm really pretty excited to see these American Eagle planes here. They're not the right type of aircraft for what it's supposed to be, but that's okay. And as you can tell, my allergies are killing me again. Here is Anguilla Airport, Clayton J. Lloyd International Airport to be specific. Let's lean the mixture for taxi. It's funny because I'm doing this testing for realism, and what I'm doing is not realistic. So I'll show you what I'm testing. Testing the setup of my carburetor heat, which is right there. So let's engage the parking brake. Let's bring the throttle to 1700 RPM. Gonna do a nice engine run up here. Alright, left magneto, good drop, back to both. Right magneto, good drop, within 50 RPM of one another, back to both. Now let's look down here and we'll pull the carb heat. Good drop. Carb heat back in. That's back up there. Okay, oil temperature, oil pressure, both looking good. I did it again. I had the mixture lean for the run up. That's poor. Alright, carb heat is cold. Taxi light off, landing light on. Going to mixture full rich for takeoff. Let's see, trim is set. Transponder squawk altitude. And I, of course, did not broadcast, excuse me, on the right radio frequency. Alright, mixture's rich, carb heat is cold, trim is set, we're all good. I don't see any traffic. Anguilla traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray taking runway 11 at taxiway Bravo for departure to the south, Anguilla. Alright, let's get out on the runway. Keep an eye out for other traffic. Alright, the heading indicator checks with the runway number. Takeoff power coming in. Takeoff power is set. Engine instruments are in the green. Left rudder, as can only be the case in Microsoft Flight Simulator, 60, 65, and rotate. And hello, Anguilla. Okay, perfect. Let's trim for 75. Anguilla, how I've missed you. Alright. 400 feet AGL. And we'll make our turnout. Anguilla traffic. Cessna 4753 X-ray right crosswind departure off runway 11. Departing to the south, Anguilla. Alright. There we are. Alright, we're climbing through 1,000 feet AGL. There is no fuel pump to turn off. Alright, so what we're going to do here is climb to 1,500 feet. .50 feet below our cruising altitude. We will push the nose down, pull the power back to 2,400. A gross trim application. A rough trim application. Alright. Grand Cast traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray is on a 3-mile left base, runway 12, Grand Cast. I hope it's runway 12, I forget. Alright, so power is good. Lights are good. So what we're going to do is we are going to make a touch and go landing probably at Grand Cast. And I'm testing out my carb heat today because I've got my carb heat set on my Honeycomb Bravo. It should work. And let's see. This is the first power reduction in the Cessna. Is carb heat on. Power to 2200 should get us into the white arc. Power's down to 2000. Definitely will get us into the white arc. Okay, let's put in that first notch of flaps. Nose will come up. And we'll just let it, because it's just going to slow the airplane down. So don't see any traffic into St. Martin. Grand Cast traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray, 3-mile right left base, runway 12, Grand Cast. I know I already made that call, but whatever, as a teenager would say. Alright, let's power back to 1700. Let's put in that second notch of flaps. This time I'm going to keep the nose from coming up. I'm going to push it down. Keep the power at 1700 because I don't want to get in too much of a descent here. Alright, airspeed is looking perfect. Grandcast traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray, 3 mile final, runway 12, Grandcast. And my power is good. I'm going to pull up on the nose just a little tiny bit to get that speed back to 65 and trim for 65. I haven't checked the weather clearly because I didn't have the altimeter, so I don't know what the winds are doing. So we will let the airplane tell us what the winds are doing. And how do you do that? Just see which way you're getting blown. Looks like maybe a little bit of a left crosswind. And bring in some power just because yeah, definitely a left crosswind. We're a long way out. We've got you know, our airspeed is pretty low, so I would prefer to land on the runway as opposed to in one of the restaurants. Yeah, we're definitely getting low. So when you get low on an approach like this, don't screw around. Just put power in. Get up to where you want to be. And then pull the power out. Don't sit there and try and drag it in. Alright, that looks pretty good. Get back. Grandcast traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray, short final, runway 12, Grandcast. Alright. Definitely a bit of a left crosswind. Alright, the carb heat is on, mixture is rich. Whoa. Grandcast traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray, departing runway 12, sustain the pattern, left traffic, Grandcast. So I'm gonna take a look here and see if that was some bozo on VATSIM, or if that was simply should probably actually fly the airplane for a little bit here. Anyway. Alright, I don't think that was somebody on that. I think that was just random. Microsoft Flight Simulator traffic. Alright, carb heat is rich. Climbing through about 1,000. Let's make our left turn here. Okay, coming up on 1,500 feet, we'll pull the power back to 2,400. Push the nose over. Make a gross trim application. Let's get ourselves on a true crosswind. Alright. Alright. Grandcast traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray, turning left downwind, runway 12, Grandcast. Grandcast traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray, turning left base, runway 12, Grandcast. Okay. Carb heat on. Let's go power to 2200. Okay, I don't see any traffic. Alright, power to 2000. Grandcast traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray, turning a 3-mile final, runway 12, Grandcast. Second launch flaps in, keep the nose down. 1700 RPM is where we want to be. Let's pull that nose up to 65 knots. Okay. Okay. Carpeet's on, mixture is rich. Airspeed is good. Bring some power out just 'cause that 12 is moving down in the windshield. Alright. Now this is a totally visual operation from here. Some power out. Power's all the way out. Horrible landing. Hard on the brakes. Okay. Car heat. Lean the mixture. Grandcast traffic. Cessna 4753 X-ray. Clear of runway 12 Grandcast. Mixture is ready. Our carb heat's off. Let's go mixture rich. Taxi light off, landing light on. Grandcast traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray taking runway 12 at taxiway Alpha for departure to the north. Grandcast. And Grandcast traffic, Cessna 53 X-ray. This is going to be a left crosswind departure and a left-hand pattern for a northbound downwind departure, runway 12, Grandcast. Alright, takeoff power is set. Engine instruments are in the green. Carb heat is cold. Mixture is rich. Airspeed is allowed. Didn't check my trim, did I? No, I did not. Anguilla traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray is 5 miles to the south. Going to make a right base entry for runway 11, Anguilla. Anguilla traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray. I'm going to overfly the field from south to north at 1500 for a left downwind entry to runway 11, Anguilla. Alright, we're going to make a simulated emergency here. Rule number 1 of simulated emergencies: never turn a simulated emergency into a real emergency. Alright, so overtop the field, Anguilla traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray, overtop the field at 1500 feet, simulated emergency, left downwind into runway 11, Anguilla. Alright, so we're going to go carb heat on, and we're going to pull the mixture. Or, yeah, pull the mixture. We're going to pull the throttle. And let's get that notch of flaps in here. And there we go. Start angling my way in here. Still at 1200 feet or 1000 feet above the field. Anguilla traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray, simulated emergency on a short left base for runway 11, Anguilla. And that second notch of flaps, keep an eye on that airspeed. We nailed this. Anguilla traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray, short final 11, Anguilla. Alright. And we'll release that cross control configuration that we had. And there we go. Let's go carb heat in, lean the mixture, clean up the flaps. Anguilla traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray, clear the runway, Anguilla. Alright, mixture is lean for taxi, carb heat's on, flaps are up. Okay. Mixture idle cutoff. Throttle is idle. Carb heat is cold. Put on the parking brake. Lights all coming off. Magneto's off. Master and battery switch is off. Alright.